What's up, Spurs fans? You won't believe the bombshell news I have for you today. You know that winger who's tearing it up in the Premier League and Liverpool, Manchester City, and half the world are watching? Well, my friend, Tottenham might have the perfect chance to close this deal before everyone else. While the English giants are planning for the summer, we could go all in now in January and shock the market. This could be the signing that transforms our attack once and for all. So stick with me until the end because I'm going to tell you all the details of this multi-million-pound negotiation. And don't forget, drop that like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications because hot Tottenham news only happens here. Let me set the scene for you. Antoine Semenyo, the 25-year-old Bournemouth winger who's been absolutely tearing up the Premier League this season, is now at the centre of a major transfer battle. And guess who's involved? Tottenham, Liverpool, and Manchester City. Yes, you heard that right. Now, here's what makes this even more interesting. Some are calling Semenyo the best attacking player outside the traditional Big Six right now. His performances have been that impressive. We're talking about a player with pace, power, directness, and an eye for goal, exactly the profile Spurs need to add real firepower to our attack. If Spurs are in your heart, let's make it official. Hit subscribe and help us hit 900 subscribers. Let's grow this community for the love of the game. Here's where it gets really interesting. And this is fresh information I need to share with you. The Daily Mail Lewis Steele, a very reliable source on Liverpool matters, has just revealed something crucial in his latest Q&A column. While Liverpool are definitely admirers of Semenyo, and some reports even suggest they see him as a potential heir to Mohamed Salah, Steele is saying the Reds are viewing this as a summer target, not a January priority. He specifically said, "I can't see Liverpool moving for Semenyo in January." Now, he didn't completely rule out a winter move. Liverpool have been known to bring forward summer business when it suits them, but the indication is clear. They're planning for the summer window. And for us, that's a potential opening, a real opportunity. Let's talk money, because this is where it gets serious. Bournemouth are reportedly asking for around £75 million for Semenyo. That's a significant fee, and it could rise even higher if he maintains his current form throughout the season. Now, I know what some of you are thinking, that's a lot of money. And you're right, but here's the context. Semenyo has almost 5 years remaining on his contract at the Vitality Stadium. Bournemouth are in a position of strength. They don't need to sell, and they know they have a player that multiple elite clubs are chasing. For a winger of his quality, age profile, and contract situation, in today's market, that valuation, while steep, isn't outrageous. Here's something really important that's often overlooked in these reports, and it comes from Team Talk transfer correspondent Fraser Fletcher. He revealed that Tottenham have actually been tracking Semenyo longer than Liverpool. Spurs scouted him extensively during the summer transfer window. We were all over this. The club clearly saw something. They liked the athleticism, the versatility to play across the front line, the Premier League experience. But here's what happened. We balked at Bournemouth valuation, which at the time exceeded £70 million. The club prioritised other deals in the summer. We brought in players in different positions, but Fletcher confirms that the admiration persists. The interest never went away. And now, with the January window approaching and the squad needing reinforcements, a renewed push could absolutely materialise. Let me break down the tactical and strategic logic here, because this isn't just about signing a big name, it's about addressing a real need. First, the squad balance. We need more goal threat from wide areas. We need players who can take defenders on one-on-one, create chances, and finish. Semenyo offers all of that. Second, Premier League experience. He's proven at this level. There's no adaptation period, no gamble on whether he can handle English football. He's doing it right now, week in, week out. Third, the age profile fits perfectly. At 25, he's entering his prime years. We'd be getting the best years of his career, and he still has room to develop further under Thomas' coaching. And finally, versatility. He can play on either wing and even centrally if needed. In Thomas Frank's system, that kind of tactical flexibility is invaluable. So here's where we are. Liverpool are likely waiting until summer. Manchester City have other priorities right now with their squad situation. But if Tottenham act decisively in January, if we put that £75 million bid on the table and show Semenyo we're serious about making him a key part of our project, we could steal a march on the competition. January business is always tricky. Clubs don't want to sell their best players mid-season. But if we come in with a serious offer, if we show Bournemouth we mean business, and if we can convince Semenyo that Tottenham is the right next step in his career, this could absolutely happen. The groundwork is there. The scouting has been done. The interest is genuine. Now it's about whether Daniel Levy and the board are willing to back Thomas with the funds to make this happen. Right. Let me be completely honest with you here. As someone who watches every single Tottenham match and analyzes this club day in, day out, I genuinely believe Antoine Semenyo could be exactly what we need to take the next step under Thomas Frank. Look at our current wide options. We've got quality players, absolutely, but do we have that explosive, direct winger who can consistently beat his man and create something out of nothing? That player who makes defenders nervous every single time he gets the ball? I'm not sure we do. Semenyo brings that X factor. He's got that rare combination of physicality, pace, and technical ability that's so hard to find in the modern game. What really excites me about this potential signing is how perfectly he fits Thomas' philosophy. Frank wants us to play high-tempo, aggressive, front-foot football. He needs attackers who are brave enough to take risks, who'll commit defenders, who'll run in behind and stretch the pitch. Semenyo does all of that naturally. He's not a luxury player who needs everything perfect around him. He's a worker. He tracks back, he presses, and he can play multiple positions across the front three. And here's something I think gets overlooked in these discussions: mental strength. This is a guy who's worked his way up from Bristol City, who's proven himself at every level, who hasn't had anything handed to him. That's the kind of character and mentality we need in our dressing room. Players who are hungry, who want to prove themselves on the biggest stages, who'll fight for the shirt. Semenyo has that DNA, and it's exactly what Thomas values. Now, let me address the elephant in the room: the £75 million price tag. Yes, it's a lot of money. Yes, it would likely be one of our most expensive signings ever. But here's my perspective: if we're serious about competing for the Champions League, if we're serious about challenging for trophies, we have to be willing to invest in elite talent. We can't keep shopping in the bargain bin and expect to compete with the best. Arsenal spent big on Declan Rice. Chelsea are spending hundreds of millions. Even Newcastle are backing their manager with serious funds. It's time we do the same. If Semenyo helps us secure Champions League football, if he's the difference between finishing 4th or 6th, he'll pay for himself within a couple of seasons. That's just the financial reality of modern football. Look, here's my honest assessment: Antoine Semenyo would be an excellent signing for Tottenham. He brings qualities we've been missing, he's proven in the Premier League, and he fits the profile of player we should be targeting. The £75 million fee is significant, but in today's market, for a player of his age and ability with years left on his contract, it's the going rate. If we believe he can elevate our attack and help us compete for Champions League football and potentially more, then it's an investment worth making. The real question is this: are we willing to be bold and decisive in January, or will we wait and risk losing him to Liverpool in the summer? That's what I want to hear from you. Do you think Tottenham should go all in for Antoine Semenyo this January, even at £75 million? Or should we focus on other targets and revisit this in the summer? Would he be the perfect signing to fire us into the top 4? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single one, and I genuinely want to know what you think about this move. If you want to stay ahead of every Tottenham transfer story with fast, reliable, and exclusive updates just like this, make sure you subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a breaking story. This is your home for everything Spurs. Let's keep growing this community together. Coys.